We got 6 o'clock. I know Mr. Gasaway's on his way. He got hung up with some traffic. And a couple other council members have gone to some graduations. So anyway, standard. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going to ask Jason Stewart to lead us in prayer.
Bow your head, please. So Heavenly Father, come forward this time, Lord. We thank you for this day, God. We thank you for our city. Thank you for each and every one that's here tonight, God. We pray for each of our council members as we do business for the city, that you lead, God, and direct our hearts as we do this work. We ask, God, that you keep your hands upon our police, fire safety, and our soldiers abroad. And we ask all of this in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right, I'll call the meeting to order by asking Mrs. Potter for a roll call, please.
Cindy Wood. Candida Robinson.
Here.
Kara Roach. Billy Poe.
Here.
Jason Stewart.
Here.
John Paul Thompson.
Here.
Ernie Link.
Here.
Brandon Schrader.
Here.
Bonnie Winkles. Brett Parker.
Here. We have a quorum. Before we get started, I need to kind of clear up something here for just a minute. My mother is on the way to the emergency room. Very soon, if they call me and I need to go, we need to have a mayor pro tem. And I'm going to recommend Jason Stewart to be the mayor pro tem. I need a vote on that. Should I have to leave, he would just fill in. So I'm going to ask Ms. Todd if she'll do a roll call vote, please.
Cindy Wood is absent. Candida Robinson.
4.
Kara Roach is absent. Billy Poe.
4.
Jason Stewart.
He can't vote.
John Paul Thompson.
Is this just for this meeting
Just
only?
for this meeting on.
4.
Ernie Link.
4.
Brandon Schrader.
4.
Bonnie Winkles is absent. Brett Parker.
4.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna stick as long as I can. If I get a text message, I'm gonna have to go. I gotta take care of my mom.
I don't see why you don't leave now, Mayor.
Well, I'm gonna try my best and wait until we find out what's going on. So, anyway, you have a copy of the minutes from the April meeting in your packet. I'll give you a minute to look over them and I'll entertain a motion to approve. This is for the regular meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Brandon Schrader made a motion to approve.
I'll second.
John Paul Thompson second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Opposed with no. Minutes stand approved. You also have a copy of the minutes of the April special meeting in your packet. I'll give you a minute to look over them and I will entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Jason Stewart made a motion to approve. Need a second?
Second.
Brett Parker second. Any discussion? Hearing none, voice vote. All in favor say aye. Opposed with no. Minutes will stand approved. Financial report is also in your packet. I'll give you a minute to look over it and entertain a motion to approve.
I make a motion, we accept the financial report as written.
Attorney Link made a motion to approve.
Second.
Jason Stewart second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed with no. Financial report stands approved. All right, department reports. Chief Thomas.
Hey, big little things, at our new tasers that we received, had our first deployment last week. Good news is, we got a video from the drone. Bad news is, we lost the drone in process.
Oh, no.
It's a
You didn't tase the drone, did you?
No. drone was an older drone, it's kind of out of compliance with US government now. For law enforcement users, it's made in China. Eventually we'll replace it anyway, but it's pretty much gone. We have our two new officers that we recently hired, both of them are at the academy in Camden.
God bless them.
And then one of our CID officers that's assigned part-time to the drug task force. He was involved in a large drug arrest in Mark Tree yesterday. Seen him arrest in Harrisburg, Mark Tree, Delaware, wherever, and fix us. So that's a good risk.
Good deal.
I was in Little Rock earlier today. I was able to go by and check on our new vehicles. I got the graphics done, but they haven't started on the radios or lights yet. They said they expect to do that in about 2 weeks.
Are we gonna have the same emblem as
Yes,
the exact same? Okay.
Same color car and
Okay.
Nobody has any questions? Thank you, Chief Thomas. Chief Kemper?
We're business as usual, but I'll be glad to answer any questions, Councilman.
We got a grant from the railroad, I'm told this to y'all about, for a trailer for hazmat trailer. That trailer is in, it's been decked out. If you hadn't had a chance to look at it, you can go by the fire department and look at it. It looks good.
Sure, yeah, so, that trailer, we're gonna use it for special events, hazmat and, rescue. Ernie remembers the black trailer we had, we donated it for the toys. It was damaged by the 180 and it leaked from the road. It's perfect for what he needed it for, but we need to keep stuff dry, so we replaced that trailer with this new one. It's really nice. Looks really good, and we're gonna get a lot of use out of it. We'll be able to use it for things like the Duck Festival and special events and stuff too, so we really not just leave it parked in the station.
Good deal.
Any questions? Mr. Pagan?
Don't hear anything to report unless you got questions for me.
I told it's flushed. I'm happy.
We do our best.
Mr. Campbell is not here, but I got a report from him. We've applied for the restroom facility at the Sunken Lands Trailhead. That'll be for a grant through the LTAP. We're applying for police department radios and body cams from Motorola. That deadline is June, so they're getting that in the works. We're applying for playground equipment for the sports complex for the Parks and Fun grant. It was not awarded last year when we applied for it. We did get the great strides last year. They said that they had so many applications, they had to spread them around. He attended a COPS webinar. That grant hasn't dropped yet. It should be this late summer. Same thing for assistance for firefighters, and they will be looking for that. All right, Ms. Kelly?
I don't get to come to these often because we're in season, so I've got a good report for you guys. The Sandlot tournament was a huge success. I think it was our biggest one yet. With our current fields, we can only host 22 teams right now, and we're maxing out of all of our tournaments at this point, so we're getting 22 teams every weekend right now. The Sandlot tournament, we totaled for the day of $14,232. After paying our umpires and staff, I was able to turn in $8,242. This weekend, we have the Delta Showdown, which is our first baseball tournament here. They're coming to host it for us during Sunday, so the city will only be running the concessions and, making sure the fields stay nice. But we're at 16 teams for that, and 12 are coming from Tennessee. We do have the Thunder Classic, which is our tournament, or my tournament. We are on a waiting list right now for that tournament, for 10U and 12U. We do have 16 and 18-year-old teams coming in that weekend, so it's a huge plus for the city. And then, we have the May Mayhem on the 30th of May. That's a base sanction. They scheduled you with us before, the year started, and since then, they've made me a base director for this section. It's a more competitive league for travel teams. But we are at 15 teams already for that tournament that weekend, but we will only be running concessions that weekend. But every weekend so far, we've got a tournament scheduled for, the city. And then the last thing to report, I got a phone call yesterday from the National Championship Sports Association, and they have called and asked for us to allow them to rent our fields to bring in co-ed tournaments and men's league tournaments. So, this guy is only with Tennessee and Mississippi, but he just became Arkansas, state commissioner or state director, and so now we're coming here to host those tournaments. So I think that's a plus for the city.
Good job, Mason.
Lacey's done a great job, and we appreciate the work that she does. Anybody else, have any questions for Ms. Kelly? All right, committee reports. We had a Public Works Committee meeting. We'll discuss that as we get into the resolutions. Kara's the chair over that. She's not here. Ward reports. All right.
Yes. Each of you have two pages of paper in front of you. It's concerning, Marlene Hancock, would you please stand up? Marlene was, here 12 years. When you retired, how old were you? Okay. I know, but this, I'm gonna make people know, she meets the criteria. What this is, she come to me and asked me about if I could approach the council about her getting a cost of living raise every year, just like the police and fire do. It's in the municipal league handbook. She made copies of it, and we got it in front of us. I asked her, did she want any back pay? She said no. She would be tickled to death to get past and get a raise in January. I'd like to have the council support this. She done the job of what 3 people are doing now.
Marlene did an excellent job for the city of Trumann. She represented the city well. Of course, this won't be just for Marlene. It'll also be for Carol Walzonia. I just need y'all.
I called Carol and she said that she wasn't full-time 10 years.
She's drawing a retirement check.
Okay.
So,
Here we go.
I'm gonna say, I just need a shake of your head, and I'll do a resolution and bring it next.
Do we need to make a motion to?
No, I just need to shake a head, and I'll bring the resolution, we'll work on passing the resolution
I
next month.
think it needs to be wrote.
Yeah.
Everybody good with that? I'll bring the resolution next month.
Thank y'all.
Anybody else have any ward reports?
I'm just getting calls, and I don't know how to answer it, and I don't know the underpass on Industrial.
Oh, yeah, I am too.
I'm getting blown up about it. What do we gotta do to get that open?
You're not gonna get it open.
Why?
Number one, it's out of the county, it don't belong to the city. Number two, the judge has passed a ordinance closing that. RDOT and the railroad both wanted it closed as well. So it was done, it was passed, done the legal route, and the county judge did the ordinance on it, and it was done.
So it's up to the county to reopen it.
And I've told, everybody's called me, I've told them that.
What was the reasoning?
Several reasons. One was because the railroad wanted it closed because it's been hit so many times, they were concerned about the integrity of it. RDOT was wanting it closed because of the same reason. And then the city was wanting it closed because at that time, we were working the deal to get a hard-boiled rice plant in here, and they needed a rail spur. A rail spur is still possible if we get the grants to do it, and the rail company is for that because we've got a couple of other businesses that are inquisitive about the spur themselves that's already in place. So there were several reasons for that, and that's why it's done that. But again, that's in the county, and it's all up to the county judge.
Go to corn board.
Well, one of the corn court members won't call me about it. So
Oh,
that's why I didn't know.
Well, and that's the thing, it didn't have to go to one court, he just had to put it in the newspaper, and nobody contacted him, and he did the ordinance and signed it, and it was done. So, any other reports?
Yes, Mr. Bacon,
Yeah.
thank you for fixing the pothole on Savannah Way. I called that morning, that afternoon, it was fixed. Thank you.
I appreciate the thanks, but I didn't have anything to do with it. They took care of it on their own.
Well, tell them thank you.
I'll do that. I'll pass it along.
And on top of that, I've talked to Jason today, they've been filling potholes all day, they're working on the railroad track, even though that's not ours. Coming over the railroad track, there's about a 3 or 4 inch drop, that's pretty rough. And I talked to Jason today, and he said they were gonna try to get something done to at least smooth it out some until RDOT or the rail company will do do something about it. So, just to let you know that. No unfinished business, we're gonna go
Hang
into
on,
business.
hang on. We're looking to start doing our movies in the park, which everybody knows, those are free to the public. And we've got to schedule those. We usually do those in the parks. Before we start doing that, Mayor, I need to know if there's any kind of special event form or anything that I need to be doing on our side, because I don't want a fiasco of what went down this weekend supposedly, which I don't know anything about it. It's not my
That was a
place.
whole different deal. But this is a movie in the park. As of now, we don't have anything that limits that and keeps you from there unless you have vendors that are
Right.
gonna be there.
And
That's
what
a
would
whole
be
different
the vendor form that we submit, or?
story. If
that
you
we
have
have to get-
vendors that are gonna be there, they have to have a business license, a permit, and a $1 million liability insurance policy. And that's all they gotta have. But I would request that you would schedule the park, because we actually have had a few people call about doing
Yeah,
different
we
events in the park.
usually try to go 2 or 3 weeks heads up.
So, anybody else? All right, now we have no unfinished business, we'll start in with new business. Resolution number 1346, this is a resolution to allow us to apply for a grant of the Safe Streets for America that would develop a comprehensive safety action plan. This action plan is something that's required by the Safe Streets of America to be able to apply for grants from them. I'll ask Ms. Toddy if she would read resolution number 1346, please.
A resolution authorizing the City of Trumann, Arkansas to apply for the fiscal year 2026 Safe Streets and Roads for All Planning and Demonstration Grant Program for the development of a comprehensive safety action plan, authorizing the mayor to execute all necessary documents and for other purposes. Whereas the United States Department of Transportation administers the Safe Streets and Roads for All Grant Program, also known as SS4A, which provides funding to local governments for roadway safety planning and projects aimed at preventing roadway fatalities and serious injuries. Whereas the City of Trumann desires to improve roadway safety for motorists, pedestrians, bicyclists, school traffic, emergency responders, and all other roadway users within the city. Whereas the City of Trumann does not currently have a comprehensive safety action plan meeting SS4A requirements and desires to apply for planning and demonstration grant funding to develop such a plan. Whereas the proposed comprehensive safety action plan may include crash and safety data analysis, public and stakeholder engagement, identification of high-priority safety concerns, evaluation of school routes, pedestrian and bicycle safety trail connections, state highway coordination, and development of a prioritized list of future roadway safety projects. Whereas the development of a comprehensive safety action plan will better position the City of Trumann to pursue future federal, state, and local funding opportunities for roadways safety improvements. Whereas the SS4A program generally requires a non-federal local match of 20% of total eligible project costs, and the City of Trumann intends to provide the required local match through cash eligible in-kind contributions or a combination thereof, subject to final grant award terms and city approval. Whereas the City Council finds that applying for SS4A planning and demonstration grant funding is in the best interest of the City of Trumann and its residents. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Trumann, Arkansas, Section 1, the City Council hereby authorizes the City of Trumann to apply for fiscal year 2026 Safe Streets and Roads for All planning and demonstration grant funding for the purpose of developing a comprehensive safety plan action. Section 2, the mayor is hereby authorized to execute and submit the grant application, certifications, assurances, forms, agreements, and any other documents necessary or appropriate to apply for and administer the grant if awarded. Section 3, the city hereby authorizes the commitment of the required local non-federal match anticipated to be 20% of total eligible project cost through cash eligible in-kind contributions or a combination thereof, subject to final project budget and grant award requirements. Section 4, the City Council authorizes the mayor, city clerk, treasurer, and designated grant preparer or consultant to coordinate with the United States Department of Transportation, Arkansas, Department of Transportation, local stakeholders, and any other necessary parties in connection with the application and development of the Comprehensive Safety Action Plan. Section 5, this resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Probably to answer a question that will be brought up is, any grant that we are approved for, where we have to pay any money for it, will come to the council before it's agreed upon and signed. So, just so you know. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Ernie Link made a motion, here's a second.
Second.
Candida Robinson, second. Any discussion?
So we don't have a figure on that as of now, as far as how much that's going to
Well,
cost?
this is to allow us to apply for grants.
Okay, gotcha, but we don't.
And there won't be any figures until we actually apply for those particular grants.
Well, just, most times there at least needs to be some sort of number thrown at it for what one of these comprehensive studies
But-
start.
And there again, we haven't even looked for the study to figure out what all we do need to apply for grants for. So, but yeah, I mean, as soon as we get that, it will be brought into the council. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed with no. Resolution passes. Next is resolution number 1347. State legislature has passed legislation requiring all government entities to have an AI use policy. The attached policy came from the municipal league attorneys. And I'm going to ask Mrs. Potty if she would read the resolution, please.
A resolution adopting an artificial intelligence AI use policy as an addendum to the City of Trumann Personnel Policy Handbook and for other purposes. Whereas the City of Trumann recognizes the increasing use of artificial intelligence AI technologies in governmental operations, and whereas the city desires to ensure that such technologies are used responsibly, ethically, securely, and in compliance with Act 848 of 2025, the same being Arkansas Code annotated 25-1-128, and whereas the city has developed an artificial intelligence AI use policy to provide guidance to employees, elected officials, contractors, and volunteers regarding the proper use of such technologies, and whereas the city council finds it to be in the best interest of the city to formally adopt said policy as part of the City of Trumann Personnel Policy Handbook. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Trumann, Arkansas, Section 1, the Artificial Intelligent AI Use Policy, attached hereto and incorporated herein by reference, is hereby adopted as an official addendum to the City of Trumann Personnel Policy Handbook. Section 2, said artificial intelligence AI use policy shall be inserted into the Personnel Policy Handbook as page 42, and shall carry the same force and effect as all other provisions contained therein. Section 3, all city employees, elected officials, contractors, and volunteers shall comply with the provisions of this policy. Section 4, the mayor, city clerk, and all department heads are hereby authorized and directed to take all actions necessary to implement and enforce this policy. Section 5, this resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Jason Stewart made a motion, here a second.
Second.
Brandon Schrader, second. Any discussions?
Got a quick question for Jimmy. If you could pull yours up real quick on 4, prohibited use. When it reads, express personal political opinions to elected officials unless with the scope of the employee's job duties or upon request by an elected official or public entity. I worry about the wording there, because I'm not sure that I would feel comfortable giving anyone the okay to provide a political, personal opinion. I would think that would be more of a professional opinion. Am I just looking too much into that, or is that something that you could see
Well, so a couple of things there. I saw that too. That was the first thing that jumped out at me when I read this. Not be used by city employees to express personal political opinions to elected officials unless within the scope of the employee's job duties. I think one concern there, I mean, political speech is, it's a First Amendment right and it's highly protected. And so, who are we to tell people that they can't engage in political speech? The issue, though, is you're talking about city employees. And there is a difference when you have city employees that are like making political statements during the course of their work.
Right.
And what they do on their free time is one thing.
Right.
And that, so as I've read that, that's kind of how I interpreted it. And then when I pulled up the statute that we passed, because I just wanted to see how this fit with that.
Yeah.
I do see, I think where this language came from is at the end of that statute, it has, there's a lot of language here, but it goes on, each technology resource and artificial intelligence automated decision tool policy shall include prohibitions on the use of the public entities' technology resources and AI and automated decision tools, including without limitation, that a public entity's technology resources shall not be used to. And that's where this language comes from. Express a personal political opinion to an elected official unless the opinion is, this is what it says, within the scope of the employee's regular job duties or requested by an elected official or public entity. It sounds like basically we were just copying that language that came
Yeah.
straight out of the statute, so I didn't find it a little concerning, but you just follow the state.
What I had read and understood is where it says shall not be used by city employees to express personal opinion, political opinions to elected officials unless within the scope of their employees' job duties. And the way I understood it was is they couldn't use city equipment for one, city computers or what have you to do that. And that was the way I understood that. But
Who's in charge of policing this policy?
everybody.
Because, I mean, we've got a social media policy right now at the city, but we've got certain employees of the city that 70% of their social media posts come during working hours. And nothing's done about it. And I know if somebody was on the street department or,
It's not been brought to my attention, as far as who it is or what it is, or what's being said. I can say this also, and I don't know if that's the case, but what they do on their break, their lunch break, is that's their free time. Now, again, I don't get on the social media stuff and read all this stuff, so, I look at my personal page, other pages that I have, other use, storm and all that. I don't know. If I get a complaint, I will have to check in. But nobody has complained to me about it, come to my office and talk to me about it, but I will most definitely check into it.
That's all I have.
It's, the ordinance and the policies are policies we're gonna follow. Okay. No, any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. All right, thank you. Next is resolution number 1348. Bids were taken for the ECBG grant that we received to install new LED light fixtures at the sports complex. The bids were taken to the Public Works Committee, where they selected 3 bids for the council to consider. You have the bid sheet with all the bids as well as the parts and labor warranties. A note, Daylight Tech bid was disqualified due to sending 2 bid sheets in the same bid packet with 2 different bids on the same lights. We'll open discussion on the bids, and you should have those in your packet.
Now that it's been introduced, I just want to make a motion to table this and put it till the next meeting, because I feel like there's some, I know I'd requested a resolution be brought, but I haven't seen, and if you've shared it, please share it with me, but, and then another councilman had requested a resolution for a bid that was turned in, but there was an error on it or something like that. It was a,
I've not heard anything from anybody but you.
it's for the lights, correct?
Yeah. I've not got any emails from anybody but you.
sure she had sent that to everybody. Candida,
Sent requesting,
requesting to reevaluate putting the CNS bid back on the board because of the
she
warranty.
called, I apologize, I didn't get that email, I didn't see where it was requesting another,
I
resolution. But I talked to her about that as well. Now, so we'll talk about that.
No, we won't talk about it. We'll talk about it. I'm making a motion right now to table this
I'll
until
second it.
that's brought back here. Because this has got to stop.
What's got to stop?
This whole, you doing this stuff and you just kind of coming in here and like, oh, we're gonna just kind of play this my way. No, there's a process and you keep kind of.
That's exactly right, there's a process.
There is a
We're going
process.
by that process.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
We're not looking at
This
the
bid
bids.
process,
We are not looking at these, J. Paul. We're not looking at them.
that's the whole point of having,
You're not.
that's the whole point of having a committee that you wanted.
I know, but are they seeing these
Yes,
packets, these
they
full
went through
packets?
every one of them.
Okay, well, the problem is that we have a resolution or a bid that is a very good bid compared, like,
That
no
bid-
disrespect to any of the other systems that are here. I'm saying that we have,
That bid, the CNS has been disqualified.
it's, how,
The
please?
Arkansas Municipal League attorneys told me today that we can't use that bid because it was tampered.
How was that tampered?
Because that bid came in as a 25-year, 1-year warranty. And that's the way the bid was opened, and that's the way it was supposed to be. And then when you come in and you clarified that it was a 25-year, that automatically tampered and tainted that bid.
And what would change the bid exactly?
Because it's not a 1-year warranty, it's 25-year warranty.
So-
Now, according to
So when we're
your-
looking at this, so this is the face sheet of the bid. It is based on the information that's provided behind it.
That's provided by the bidder.
So are you telling me that the information, because I'll tell you what I have is and I'm sure we've got people here that can confirm, is the packet that was given to me from CNS, that my daughter drew over, is basically missing the warranty part. Because that was the only reason I had to try to find out what the warranty was, because I know
That is
Busco.
exactly the bid they sent in.
We had two
That
other bids
warranty
with
they
it.
sent in on the front page or the second page shows 1-year warranty. That
But
was
did
the
it say
bid
that in
that they
the-
made,
I understand, but were you not contacted to let them know that there was a mistake?
not until after the bids had been opened.
So
If they had made that contact before the bids were open.
I
then
feel
it
like
would've
we've
been a
got some
different story.
options here. And disqualifying the bid, I don't think is the correct call either. I think there is a good discussion here because there is a 25-year parts labor warranty on the table. And again, I'm not, no disrespect to the other company here. I know you do great work as well, but I'm saying that we have to, it is our responsibility to look at all these options. And we only can do that with the information we were provided. I asked the council, how many of y'all have actually had a chance to read the big one, not the one that was provided to the email, but stopped by and read through the 4 different bid, or 5 bids, or however many bids you wanted to look at?
And I
That is
can
what a
say
decision
this,
we gotta be
Every
making.
city council member had the opportunity to do that, all they had to do was stop by my office. Just like they
Hey,
can do
listen,
anything,
we-
they can come by my office.
Why do you
talk
think
to me
everybody
about
wants to
anything.
stop by your office just
I
to?
don't say that anybody has to stop by my
I
office.
think, why can't you just provide the information that's needed?
Because I
beforehand?
did that to the committees that you wanted us to have.
I know.
And they
we
made
did
the
something.
decision.
There was, hey, and
And
there
the
was,
recommendations.
I know.
But you don't want to go with their recommendations.
it's not about not going with those recommendations. These are all great. These are all, they were good. There's a couple I had questions on, but outside of that, that's a big difference on a warranty. And you know that, and we can sit here and debate
It's a big
that.
difference. We're not going to sit here and debate it. I'm just telling you, and I'm going to let Mr. Gazaway handle it from here because he has the law and he will report.
I
on
don't
it.
see why this cannot be tabled and we get something from,
Because those bids,
No, no.
those bids are only good for a certain period
for
of time.
Arkansas Municipal League saying that it needs to be disqualified. I'd like to see some letter on that, something in writing, and I would love to, and we could probably get something from the from the contractor and
After the
and the
bids are open,
system.
how's that fair to these other people that turned their bids in
they're
correctly?
the same. The thing is that the company has, that is their standard warranty.
That company that made the bid, CNS, had a 1-year warranty.
Well, and that was.
And that's what
but
they did.
I know, but then he also tried to fix that and you wouldn't accept it.
Because the bids had
So,
already been opened.
my problem is that just because you won't accept it, we cannot,
It's because
look at all
I'm gonna
these.
follow the law
Okay.
to keep us out of a lawsuit.
Oh, well.
How
that's-
long
that's
is
the
the
first.
grant good
Make a
for?
motion, I second it, let's vote.
My question, well,
Like I said, I was gonna ask Mr. Gasaway to read the law on it, he's got the law, and let him address us, that's what he's here for, that's what his job is, to keep us out of lawsuits.
We see this sort of thing at the state all the time in the procurement process. Once the bids are open, there, I think, to Brandon's point, you can submit information to explain a term. What you can't do is materially alter a term. And when those bids, because the point of the bidding process and the sealed bidding process is to place everybody on an equal footing when they submit the bids. Once the bids are open, you can't, because that's, the whole point is that everybody's on equal footing. If you allow people to start changing material terms of a bid after they've seen what everybody else has done, then you've destroyed the entire purpose of the sealed bidding process to begin with. And a 25-year warranty, where what they submitted said one, I believe is a material alteration after the bids were open. And I don't think that's allowed. Now, your question was, does it disqualify the bid? I don't know that it disqualifies the bid per se, but they're stuck with what they submitted. You can't make a material alteration to a bid after they've been opened. And if you do, if y'all were to do this and then vote on it and you accept the bid after it's changed, you're asking to be sued. You see this in state procurement all the time, and on hundreds of millions of dollar contracts. So there's usually a lot involved there. But the point is, you'll get a winning bidder, and something happened during the bidding process, and they believe they shouldn't, this other people should have been the winning bidder, and they sue. And the point is, if you, I think, as a council, if you move forward and allow a decision to be made on terms that were altered after the bids were open, on something as material as that, you're asking to be sued. So.
We've made a motion to table it.
well,
Yeah,
I have a
that's
question
fine.
real quick. So, with all these bids that have been submitted, does this council have to accept the committee's recommendation?
I don't think this council has to accept a bid, period.
Because I see better options for our city than what they turn around and recommended.
And I can tell you,
Even if you leave
I
it
told
like this
Mr.
on this
Morris
paper.
myself, I would love to have the Musco Light. I love the 25-year option. But in defense of the committee, they read it, they saw the 25-1, which was what was reported. They did not see a $65,000, $70,000 difference that was enough to go with the 25-year, 1-year warranty. And that was why they made the recommendations they made. They would like to have had the Musco lighting for 25-25, but the only two we had for 25-25 were both 500,000 and upper 400,000, which was way above what our grant's for. So that was the reason they went with those. My reasoning is because I don't want to get us into a lawsuit over something that we'd probably lose. And that's, again, I
So
like
if we chose one that's sitting here right on this paper as they speak right now, we're gonna get in a lawsuit.
I'm not saying that.
No. We're,
Cause I mean, if you looked at what
I'm
you
saying
gotta
if you picked
do.
the C- If you chose the CNS.
No, I'm not talking about seeing this
I'm
at all.
just saying that one in particular.
If you look at the cost of ownership per year, based on the dollar amount for the year you got, there's a whole lot better option on here than the CNS and whatever. I mean, we gotta look at what's best for the city in the long run. In 10 years, we get done with the company and we've gotta have work done. I'm gonna use my company as an example. I've got printers that print. If that printer goes down, it's $3,000 just for them to drive to me. It doesn't cost, that's not their hotel, their expense there and everything. That's just their service fee. So when you turn around and you get in these contracts, those lights are high. I'm sure there's gonna be hefty equipment involved in changing all that. we need to look at this. And I understand they wanna go with the bid that's low to fit within the scope of the grant, but that wasn't done with the water tank, and I think we need to do the same thing here. We need to look what's best for the city, not what's best for what we got. And if
I
we got
agree.
the money,
I agree. I'm not arguing that one bit. The only thing I'm arguing is to keep us in check without getting into a lawsuit is bidding the CNS, and there's another one, the tech line. Because, the Arkansas Municipal League also told me that because they turned in two contracts with one contractor number, that they need to be disqualified as well. Because that's basically two bids by one company.
is this the fulcrum and the
If they
tech line?
can
Yes.
provide that in writing, then I think we can definitely look back at that the next meeting. At this point, it makes no sense to just throw this out just because of a technicality. Now, these long pages back here, now, I don't know why I don't have the warranty information in my packet.
I didn't have it in my packet. What you got's what we have.
Well, they've got a pretty standard warranty.
What you got's what, and they maybe they took it out because they didn't want to do the 25-year warranty. They wanted to do the 1 year. I don't know, but it was not in our, you got what we got.
I think at any point, if anything else, we could, if we know these things are out there and we know we can get that kind of pricing in a bid, then
I've got the original.
we have the right to reject the bids, every single one of them.
You know, I'm just gonna show you that I have the original right here. It's got exactly what you've got right there.
That's for the CNS.
I think it needs to go back to the committee because
Well, if it goes back to the committee, what
I
difference is
don't-
that gonna do?
I don't-
They've made a recommendation.
so do we just need to vote on what we want?
As far as I'm concerned, if you vote on it, you can vote on it tonight.
I mean,
I'm
I've
good
made a
with it.
motion to table it, so, and that's
I'll
been
second it.
seconded.
All right.
You got a motion and a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to deal with that. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? More than what we've already had? I'm gonna ask for a roll call vote.
Cindy Wood is absent. Candida Robinson? 4. Kara Roach is absent. Billy Poe?
4.
Jason Stewart?
4.
John Paul Thompson?
4.
Ernie Link?
4.
Brandon Schrader?
4.
Bonnie Winkles is absent. Brett Parker?
That will be tabled and brought up next council meeting. All right, next up is resolutions number 1336 through 1345, are for condemnations on 10 properties. They are 305 Cross, 536 and 528 Smith, 605 West Speedway, 616 Pascal, 212 Hattie, 233 Birch, 405 Ellis, 626 North Pine, and 119 Poplar. Ms. Dottie will read the resolution once and include all of the properties in the reading, and we will take each property separately for approval or not approval. Ms. Dottie, would you read the resolution, please?
Resolution numbers 1336, 1337, 1338, 1339, 1340, 1341, 1342, 1343, 1344, 1345, 2026. Resolutions declaring certain buildings, houses, and other structures located at 305 Cross, 536 Smith, 528 Smith, 605 West Speedway, 616 Pascal, 212 Hattie, 233 Birch, 405 Ellis, 616 North Pine, and 119 Poplar in the city of Trumann to constitute a public nuisance and condemning said structures, providing a period of time for property owners to abate said nuisance and for other purposes. Whereas the buildings and structures whose location is set forth herein are vacant and have become rundown, dilapidated, unsightly, dangerous, obnoxious, unsafe, not fit for human habitation, and detrimental to the public welfare of Trumann citizens and residents. Whereas the condition of such properties constitutes a serious fire and health hazard to the city of Trumann, and unless immediate actions are taken to remedy this situation by raising and removing said nuisance, there is a great likelihood that the surrounding property may be destroyed by fire originating from such unsafe and hazardous structures, and also that since structures are without proper sanitary facilities and as such are unsafe and hazardous and a breeding place for rats, rodents, and other dangerous germ carriers of diseases, such buildings constitute a serious hazard to the health and safety of the citizens of Trumann, and they should be removed or razed for the purpose of eliminating such hazards. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Trumann, Arkansas, Section 1, that the City Council hereby declares the buildings, houses, and other structures located at the properties identified in Section 2 below to be vacant and run down, dilapidated, unsafe, unsightly, dangerous, obnoxious, unsanitary, and fire hazard, amendments to abutting properties with the current condition of said structures not being fit for human habitation, and because of such conditions, the City Council declares the same to be condemned as a public nuisance and is ordered raised and removed by the owner thereof. Section 2, that the owners of record or of the following described properties are hereby directed to begin work to raise the structure and/or structures to abate the said nuisance within 30 days and complete the work within 60 days after the posting of a true copy of these resolutions at a conspicuous place upon the structures constituting the nuisance described herein, to wit: Resolution number 1336, 2026, Lot 10 of Block A of F.E. Denison's First Subdivision, parcel number 555-01392-0000 to the City of Trumann, Poinsett County, Arkansas, located at 302 Cross Street and owned by Harold D. Mitchison, Jr. Resolution number 1337, 2026, Lot 20 of Block 1 of Smith and Edgerton Subdivision, parcel number 555-01196-0000 to the City of Trumann, Poinsett County, Arkansas, located at 536 Smith Street and owned by Brian Paz. Resolution number 1338, 2026, Lot 16 of Block 1 of Smith and Edgerton Subdivision, parcel number 555-01192-0000 to the City of Trumann, Poinsett County, Arkansas, located at 528 Smith and owned by Gary Easter. Resolution number 1339, 2026, Lot 8 of Block 16 of Poinsett Lumber and Manufacturing Company, 3rd Subdivision, parcel number 555-00384-0000 to the City of Trumann, Poinsett County, Arkansas, located at 605 West Speedway Street and owned by Jonathan Huey, doing business as JTH Real Estate LLC. Resolution number 1340, 2026, Lot 10 of Block F of J.P. Seaton's 2nd Subdivision, parcel number 555-01107-0000 to the City of Trumann, Poinsett County, Arkansas, located at 616 Pascal Street and owned by Franklin Lair Jr. Resolution number 1341, 2026, Trumann Acreage, parcel number 555-01793-0003 to the City of Trumann, Poinsett County, Arkansas, located at 212 Hattie Street and owned by Marvin and Denise Morris. Resolution number 1342, 2026, Lot 7 and 8 of Block 2 of Dudley's First Subdivision, parcel number 555-01669-0000 to the City of Trumann, Poinsett County, Arkansas, located at 233 Birch Street and owned by Ira Abbott. Resolution number 1343, 2026, Lot 2 of Block F of Temple's 2nd Subdivision, parcel number 555-01240-0000 to the City of Trumann, Poinsett County, Arkansas, located at 405 Ellis Street and owned by James Mincy. Resolution number 1334, 2026, Lot 10 of Block D of J.P. Seaton's 2nd Subdivision, parcel number 555-01056-0000 to the City of Trumann, Poinsett County, Arkansas, located at 616 North Pine and owned by Norman Francis Jr. and William Francis. Resolution number 1345-2026, Lot 24 of Block 4 of Poinsett Lumber and Manufacturing First Subdivision, parcel number 555-00195-0000 to the City of Trumann, Poinsett County, Arkansas, located at 119 Poplar Street and owned by Bobby and Lori Holliday. Section 3, if the work has not begun on the aforementioned structure and/or structures to raise and/or remove within 30 days, and work has not been completed within 60 days after posting a true copy of this resolution at a conspicuous place upon the structure and/or structures constituting the nuisance, the structure and/or structures shall be torn down and/or removed by the Director of Public Works or his duly designated representative. A citation may be issued for court and shall be deemed a misdemeanor upon conviction and shall be punishable by a fine of not less than $100 nor more than $500 or imprisonment for a term not to exceed 30 days or both, at the discretions of the court. Each day after the aforesaid 30 days in which said nuisance is not raised and removed shall constitute a separate and distinct offense, punishable by a fine of $25 for each such separate and distinct offense. Furthermore, the city of Trumann may file a lien on said property under Arkansas Code 14-54-901-902-903-904 with the circuit court and/or tax collector of Poinsett County. Section 4, that the provisions of these resolutions are hereby declared to be severable, and if any section, phrase, or provision shall be declared or held invalid, such invalidity shall not affect the remainder of the sections, phrases, or provisions. Section 5, that these resolutions shall be in force and full force and effect from and after their passage and approval.
All right.
Yeah, I drunk all my tea.
Do I hear a motion on 304 Cross Street?
I'll second.
Brandon Schrader, was that Brandon or Brandon Schrader made a motion, John Paul Thompson second. Any discussion? Is there anyone here to speak for or against this property at 305 Cross? No discussions, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed with no. Okay. Do I hear a motion on 536 Smith?
I'll make a motion.
John Paul Thompson made a motion,
Second.
Candida Robinson second. Any discussions? Is there anyone here to speak for or against this property? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed with no. All right. I hear a motion on 605 West Speedway.
I'll make a motion.
John Paul Thompson made a motion,
Second.
Candida Robinson second. Any discussions? Anyone here to speak for or against this property? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed with no. Do I hear a motion on 616 Pascal?
Hold on, we skipped.
605
605
West Speedway.
Which one did I skip?
605 West Speedway.
I thought this one we just did.
No, it's five.
You skipped 528 Smith.
I think I actually called out 605 West Speedway.
Yeah, 528 Smith is one we skipped.
Okay.
So we just did 605 West
Yes.
Speedway.
No, we just did 528 Smith.
I called out West Speedway.
Okay, I didn't.
We'll
Do
go
we need
back-
to do them again, so we get them right?
No, that, I mean, they're right, that was right, I'll just go back to 528 Smith. Do I hear a motion on 528 Smith?
I'll make a motion.
John Paul Thompson makes the motion,
Second.
Candida Robinson second. Any discussions? Anyone here to speak for or against this property? Yes, sir, come up to the front, please. You would give us, right there, that's good. What, give us your name?
Bradley Hill.
I'm sorry?
Bradley Hill.
Okay, and what do you want to say about this property?
We know what to say, to be honest. We were behind it off of them, and we're gonna fix it up. Then we started fixing it, we just started fixing it.
Are you the owner?
The owner's passed away, his daughter has her.
you trying to buy it?
Yeah, we were buying it, we were going to buy it, but then they didn't notice, but they noticed the clean the yard and stuff, so I didn't want to start messing with the house, because I didn't want to, situation, didn't know if I had any permits, so.
Have you put a financial figure on what it'd take to bring it back up?
Yeah, we gotta do the inside and all this stuff, but, I got approved for a loan to fix it, but I didn't go through with it, because I didn't know what to do.
Are you renting?
No, we're gonna buy it, like buy it.
So are you like rent to buy, rent to own, or?
Basically.
Mr. Henry, can you give us anything on this house?
It's just, it's been sitting there, we've got several complaints on it, complaints in the past. He's right, Gary Easter was the owner, he passed away. I'll say I talked to someone one day, maybe Kansas, his daughter, wanted to know what they could do, and I explained to him, it's on the list, we've already gone through the proceedings, they can come to the council meeting, and they can plead their case before the council. Like always, I tell everyone, y'all decide to vote, give them time to fix it up, depending on what it's gonna take to do it, they'll need to get a contractor, go through the normal things they go through, pulling permits and things. Haven't been on the inside in a long, long time. The outside's a brick facade. But it has been empty for a long time, it's grown up, we've had issues over there in the past.
How long have you lived there?
I haven't lived there.
You hadn't lived there at all?
No, so it needs electrically done. I don't know about the plumbing. They said the plumbing was fine, but I don't know. And that needs basically walls and stuff, but we already got it. We were gonna go ahead and do the walls and everything. We were gonna model the whole house. So that's what we were gonna do.
I've always said, I'd rather have somebody living in a house as long as it was up to code and kept clean, as to have an empty lot there.
Because we're renting a house right now in the project, but we're gonna fix that up. That's what we're gonna do. I just got my vehicles still there right now.
Anybody have any more questions for him or Mr. Henry? Okay. Okay, we've got a motion and a second. And any more discussion?
I would just like to tell him, like we tell everybody else, just because we're condemning this house don't mean tomorrow the city of Truman's gonna go over and tear it down. We're gonna give you, 60 days, Gary?
It's 30 days to start.
30 days to start.
60 days, it's 90 in all.
90 days to show some kind of improvement on the house, and Gary will come back by and look at it. But the main thing is, you're gonna have to purchase the property yourself before.
That's the
But
problem.
we'll, like I said, we're not gonna send nobody out in the next 90 days to tear this house down. I've seen some of them go for a while, people try to work on them and stuff, and I see that you're wanting to improve the house, just like the mayor said. You'd rather have somebody living in it. You're a young couple, get your start. So just don't freak out if we condemn it tonight, and we'll, if you can't get nothing done in 90 days, come back before the council, and if Gary can tell us something, or you can tell us something, we'll know more by then, okay?
Is that the will of the council?
I think it is.
So then I need we've got a motion second, we've had a discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed with no. The house is condemned, but you've got you were just explaining how we need to go about doing that. All right, we've already done 605 West Speedway, next is 616 Pascal. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion.
John Paul Thompson made a motion, here second.
Second.
Kenny Robinson second. Any discussion? Is there anyone here to speak for or against 616 Pascal? Yes, sir.
Franklin Larry,
Okay.
that's my property. I did tear the back porch off. I didn't know it was that bad a shape. But as far as the vinyl and the roof, it ain't that bad a shape. And it's sitting on a block foundation. So I can't see it looks that bad, and.
Mr. Henry, can you tell us anything about this property?
It's been sitting empty for a long time, same way, got complaints about it. I mean, Mr. Schmidt will tell you, he stands up here every month and complains about the list, that's one of the ones on the list, so I'm trying to take action, trying to do our best to move forward, make things better for everybody.
So,
It looks better on the outside, they haven't had water service in 4 years, it's sitting there, it's just decaying. I mean, the vinyl may look okay on the outside, I don't know what the inside looks like, inside, I don't know what it looks like under the vinyl. It may be pristine underneath the vinyl, but, because it's been sitting there a long time, windows are, I remember right, they're boarded up, doors boarded up.
any other discussions, any questions for Mr. Lair or Captain Henry? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed with no. All right, 616 Pascal will be condemned. Mr. Larry, you've got the same rights as the other. Need to make sure I'm still in line here. Next is 212 Hattie. I need a motion. John Paul Thompson made a motion.
Second.
Got a second, Candida Robinson. Any discussion? Is there anyone here to speak for or against this property?
Mark Morris.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I bought that property back in 2012. I stayed in that property for 10 years. I was going to tear it down and build a house there, but with COVID and all going on, the prices shot up. I wasn't able to do it. Back in April of 2025, my wife got stomach cancer. So that prolonged me doing, I ripped the floor up. I wasn't able to go in, and I got the materials and stuff at my house. Now, I stay in Jonesboro off of Southwest Drive. I had to just buy another house. And I go by, I take care of my property every week. If you drive by there, the grass is cut, the limbs are trimmed. I put a metal roof on it. The first day I moved out in July, I come back to do some stuff that the windows and the doors were kicked in. That's why I got the 2x4 across my glass door. I put new windows all the way around. I got a metal roof on top. I bought the property back in 2012, as I said, from Richard Richards. I bought it by a contract for deed, paid him off in the same year that I bought the property in Jonesboro. I borrowed the money from my 401k. I apologize to the court for being ignorant of not knowing the rules of Trumann, other than going in and fixing the property and keeping my property tax current. I'm working hard. As you know, you don't know where I work at, but I work at Unilever, and you know they have downside. So my overtime done went down. I'm having a really struggle time, but I'm just here to let you into my world. You know, you hear and everybody live their daily life, but you don't know my world. So I'm trying to give you a little glimpse of my world.
Mr. Henry, can you give us anything on this house?
Other than it sat there vacant for a long while. At Easter Egg, he does take care of the property, it's always mowed, it's always clean. He does have a board across the front, I assume the same way to try to secure it some. But it has been empty and sitting there for a little while, probably since 2023.
Yeah,
Does that sound
I
right?
moved out
When
2022.
we talked, I think that's what you're saying.
It's been empty since 2022. July of this year, it'll be 3 years.
And he's talked to me on the phone, and we talked about what he could do, what he couldn't do, come up here and talk to y'all same way. I mean, I haven't seen the inside, I don't know what the inside looks like, it's been a long time. Last time I was in that house, I think Luther Black.
Luther Black.
lived in that house, if I remember right, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
And there used to be a lot of houses down there, one of those older houses. It costs a lot of money to get it up to where it needs to be.
Anybody have any more questions or any discussion?
Do you think you could start working on it to make a substantial difference within
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna,
60 days?
actually, I'm gonna start working on it, Labor Day weekend.
Memorial Day?
Memorial Day, I'm sorry.
I get
I
that
am
mixed up
nervous
too.
right now.
You're
It's
fine, buddy.
something I never
You're doing
did.
great.
I mean, I'm trying to.
You're
do
doing
my
great.
best, you know, with my wife and all that. It's just so much. It's just so much right now. But yeah, I'm gonna get, like I said, I got the material. And it's just, I wasn't able, wife come first.
Yes, sir.
Happy wife, happy life, so happy life, happy life, so.
So y'all have heard him and Captain Henry. We've got a motion and a second. All in favor of condemning, say aye. Opposed, with no. So the thing goes, same thing goes, you've got the 90 days. If you make a big improvement, come back. Make sure you get a hold of Captain Henry so he can come and look, come back to the council, and we can see what we're going to do with that.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
With that, I'm gonna have to leave. I'm gonna ask Jason Stewart if he'll take over at resolution number 1342. And I can be reached by phone if you need me.
You can have your script. Well, at least I can do the same way you did.
Okay. Let me find it. You can tell if they see where I put it.
Resolution?
No, I've got a script. That way I don't get offline and forget something. I look at the police station.
All right, so the next property up is going to be
I'm praying for you, Mayor. Thank you, I appreciate it.
233 Birch. Is that right?
Yes.
Do I hear a motion on 233 Birch?
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion by John Paul Thompson, second by Candida Robinson. Any discussion? Is there anybody here to speak for or against property? Yes, sir.
I'm an Ira Abbott, I own that property. I'm just asking that you don't condemn it yet, but I do have a verbal agreement with Hunter Scooby to come in and demolish it. He's supposed to be in town anytime. He's got several jobs going. And as soon as it's down, he's supposed to take care of it. And he's gonna take it down. He says he can take it down in a day, so.
He's the one working with Ralph Guthrie.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, he can take it down. He's good.
I know this house has not been empty a full 2 years yet, and people's been breaking into it left and right. The only reason that I ain't already done it is where I moved to, I have no storage, and I'm slowly getting what I need out of it. You know, just about there. But I have talked to Mr. Hunter, and he will be here. I'm expecting meeting within the next couple of weeks anyway, so.
Even though if we condemn it tonight, it's not gonna process anything happen in 60 days or whatever. But if you're gonna have it removed, that would be great.
Yeah, it's in bad shape. It was in bad shape when I moved into it,
Yeah,
yeah. But it put a roof over my head, and that's what I needed.
that's right.
But my sister got her disability going, and she didn't like being by herself. And we found property out on Horseshoe Loop. She stayed with me and the kids, so we moved out there. But, yeah, I've had several inquiries about when we do something with it.
Yeah.
It's too far gone. It's in bad shape.
Yeah.
Which, like I say, it was in bad shape, not, but it put a roof on my head,
Yeah.
so.
Well, like I said, if we do condemn it, you know, there's a process, and we try to back Captain Henry, his suggestions. But, if you're gonna get tore down, this surely happened for 90 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
So let us do the process, and if that happens, it'll be okay. I know you are, I know you're a man of your word.
Like I say, Mr. Scooby's he says he's got several jobs coming
Mhm.
through. And,
Yeah.
I know, but I've seen several jobs he's done.
Yeah.
And he does good work.
He cleaned up 4 properties behind my house. He did a great job.
Thank you for taking the initiative to get it going.
That's right.
Well, like I say, if I had storage to already put what we got, I'd already had it took care of.
Understand.
Like I say, it's, I mean, the people, especially since they put it on Facebook, they're gonna condemn it. People have been breaking into all these houses. If you're not in it every night, somebody's gonna break into it.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. Every house in Trumann. If you're not there, somebody's gonna break into it. The back door they tore it. the back frame come off of it. I've just got stuff stacked against it right now. So,
All right, so if there's.
Thank you for coming, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. If there's no further discussion, need a vote. All in favor, saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries. All right, do I hear a motion for 616? Is it 616 or 626?
405 Ellis.
We got 405. Okay.
We hadn't done 405 Ellis yet, right?
That's where we're
No,
at.
we just did
Okay,
Birch.
I'm sorry, I jumped one. All
I
right, so
make a
let's,
motion.
you got a motion from John Paul Thompson on 405 Ellis. Need a second?
Second.
Got a second by Candida Robinson. Any discussion on the property?
Yeah, I'm Jim Mincy, I own the property.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mincy, go ahead.
Well, the house has just been sitting idle for a long time, just used it for storage, keep it mowed. The house is not in that, it's not in great shape, but with the roof and some interior work, I mean, put some windows back into it, it's been vandalized over and over and over again. So, I'd like the chance to, I talked to Captain Henry about it, either rebuild it or put something else there. So, I'd like to, at least the timetable that I can work with, go and get it, at least the exterior facade, get it, everything shored up and put a roof on it and then start it inside. They take me more than 30 days. Yeah, so.
Well, like we've done with just about everybody here already, I mean, if you can get work started within 30 days and continue that work and make progress updates with Mr. Henry, even though we can condemn it today, then that's what we ask before we send a citation or send you to court.
Okay.
So, all right, so we got a motion and a second. Thank you, Mr. Minson.
Thank you.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, no? Motion carries. Now we'll go to the North Pine Street address. This has 616 and 626. Which is it? Or is it both? 616.
Mine shows 616.
Yeah. So 616 North Pine, do I hear a motion?
Make a motion.
That motion by John Paul Thompson. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Candida Robinson. Any discussion?
Right here.
Yes, sir.
We have spent a considerable amount of money on repairing this house, and we're in the process of doing it at this present time. I've had a licensed contractor at the advice of Captain Henry to look it over, and he told me to check and see what it would cost to finish repairing it. We never have stopped working on it. The man that was doing the work slowed down because he got cancer, but at this time, Captain Henry stopped us from working on it. He says, you need to go ahead and get permission from the city and get a licensed contractor to approve it. He gave me a list of all the licensed contractors here in Trumann. This was April 15th, and I contacted two of them, and one of them accepted to do the job. He gave me a verbal estimate. He says it would take approximately $15,000 to finish the house. It's been worked on. I have pictures. Is it all right if I show the council these pictures?
Yeah, if you got something updated from what we've got here.
Yeah. I'll start here, if you can just pass it down. There's pictures of the house inside and out. The, right here, and just, when you get done looking at it, we'll just pass it to the next one if you don't mind. There's a copy of, I have an appraisal on the house when it's finished, $86,500. Like I say, a licensed contractor here, Sean Sullivan, here in Trumann, gave me a verbal estimate. He says it's gonna take $15,000 to finish repairing a house. And, by the way, it's, got the electricity continuously hooked up. And here's a copy of the, paid electricity current bill. Copy of the appraisal on it. And, anyway, that's what I'm trying to do, is just finish it up. The contractor is willing to pull the permits on it. I talked with Captain Henry about this. He said, well, you need to go before the city council and get their permission. And if that applies with you people, then he'll see about issuing the permits to my contractor. So that's where I am, and I'm asking at this time that the property not be condemned and just allow me to continue working on it. And that's what I wanna do, and put it back in shape. It's got a new metal roof on it. This house has been in my family for about 30 years as a rental property. And I don't know what else to tell you about it. The electricity, like I say, is hooked up. I had Wes Cranford come in and look at it. He's a licensed electrician. Wes says the electricity in is wiring in is all good, ready to go. But I'm willing to have it inspected at time of completion, and I'd like to continue working on it. I haven't stopped working on it. And I'm just asking the council if y'all would not condemn it at this time. I probably need about 60 days probably to finish the property, and that's what I'm asking for at this time.
All right, so there's a motion second on the table. We either need to vote on those motions to condemn, or someone needs to rescind their motions if you're gonna grant a 60-day continuance.
It sounds like he's going through the process, and the names he's naming, I know are very good contractors.
Well, I'm doing my best to comply with everything.
Yeah.
And, like I say, the contractor, well, I'll tell you who it was. Sean Sullivan, he walked in the house, he looked at everything. He said, this house definitely does not need to be torn down, it's in too good a shape. That's his words.
The bones are good.
Yes. It does need some work, and I'm not denying that at all. But this time, I was working on it, but I was told I'm supposed to obtain proper permits, which I'm willing to do.
Mr. Henry, you have any comments?
Yeah, Norman, or Mr. Francis and I, we spoke over the phone, spoke several times, and I did tell him the process that please have started, come before you all, and then whatever y'all decide to do, either way, if you give him some time to work on it, what we do with all of them, like we've done with the council's recommendations in the past, have them get a licensed contractor, full remodeling permit, and have their electricians, whoever else. It's just the process that keeps everything straight with me, keeps everything straight with them, and then you got licensed contractors too, who, if there is something that comes up in the future, they have somebody to fall back on. But otherwise, I mean, it's the same as there's been a lot of complaints, when I walked in, there's a lot of issues inside. Somebody been doing some electrical work and some plumbing, don't know who, that's why I had the guy stop and told him, let's just stop right here until we get somebody who's licensed and let's figure it out. There's no permits have been pulled. And so far, Mr. Francis and the other Mr. Francis here complied, they both own it, and they've done all of it, and that's why he's here, so.
If we condemn it, can he still get his permits and stuff too?
I don't think so.
The way the
He can't?
resolution reads, it says if you condemn it, that the only option is to raise and remove it. That's why I've said in the past, if you would table it, maybe give him time to come back in whatever time frame he says, then that allows them time to get their permits. But as the resolution reads right now, when you pass it, it says the option is to raise and remove the property. It doesn't say anything about fixing it, bringing it up, anything like that.
So I got a question right now.
Yes, sir.
Because everybody that's come before us, we've told them they can work on these houses to get them up, and they got 90 days.
Right.
So you're telling me that everybody we voted on, we've told these people that they've got 90 days, they can't go to the city and get a permit? How are they supposed to complete it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Shouldn't
Said that at the
people
last
be
meeting.
speaking
I sent-
before?
I sent emails.
That's
Make
what
a
I was
motion.
thinking, pleading their case.
And she reads it every time she reads up here. She says raise and remove, raise and remove. She doesn't say condemn it and you can work on it. That's why I've said time again.
That makes
If
me
you'll
up.
table it, that way you don't have to worry about the resolution.
Yeah, because we're set up here for 14 months, at least,
Y'all been doing?
Condemned every one of them.
and condemned every one of them and told every one of them that if they can show an improvement in 90 days, we can go back and redo it.
And then we have to have a,
Which no disrespect to y'all, what I do when y'all do that, when somebody actually does have a house that can be worked on, I tell them to go get a contractor and pull a permit. I use a little common sense. Now, you may get mad and y'all may wanna, you know.
You know common
No,
sense?
That's what
I
I do.
didn't.
When y'all condemn it and somebody has a house that can be saved and it's worth being saved, then I say, sure, and they're like, man, I said, they condemned it and it says raise or remove, but if you get a licensed contractor, let them come look at this, come pull your proper permits. Now, y'all have seen them, there's some houses that are, there's no saving. No saving.
there's
If
some
Somebody
that-
comes to me and says, hey, I wanna get a permit for this. No disrespect to y'all, even if y'all tell them, without seeing it, oh yeah, we told Gary, let him fix it. I mean, my duties and in my good conscience, I can't give somebody a permit for something that's gonna fall down and burn down around it. Or it's gonna cost them $50,000 to fix a $5,000 shack that's 100 years old. I just don't do it. And it's no disrespect, y'all, it really isn't. I just try to do the best I can do regardless.
I think you're doing a great
Long
job,
story-
Gary.
Well, I appreciate it, but long story short, even if y'all condemn one like Mr. Francis, if you condemned it tonight, after we've already spoken, I would still give him a chance to get a permit. If Sean Sullivan says.
So he can come get a permit.
I mean, I'd rather not. I'd rather y'all table it, and that way, to me, you can ask Jimmy. the legal part, which
Here's
is
my
table
only
it.
problem. By condemning it, and no offense to Mr. Francis or anybody else that's been up here, by condemning it, we're holding their feet to the fire. They got 90 days to do something.
Well,
If they don't do it, then it's gone.
Well, if you table it for 60 days, same way, you know.
But then if we table it 60, and they don't do nothing in that 60, then we gotta add another 90 on top of it.
Right.
I would rather condemn it.
He's been working and was told to stop though.
Yeah, and I understand.
All due respect, if I may interject something, I was working on it at the time I was stopped. It wasn't like it was sitting there, okay?
I understand that.
Right, I
I
wouldn't
didn't
say
know
that
if
he
you-
wasn't
you
open,
knew
he
that
was
or
across
not.
that way, okay? I agree,
Yeah.
he had people working on it. Again, I don't know who'd been working on the electrical and the plumbing, there was nobody licensed that was there working on electrical and plumbing, but as far as the remodeling part, you know, doing work on the floors or whatever, I guess, he did have a couple of guys there doing that. I didn't, to be honest, I give him benefit of the doubt, I didn't ask the guys, hey, are y'all doing electrical and plumbing? Because then, you know, I have to write tickets when they're doing electrical or plumbing without, and I turn them into the electrical people or the plumbing, state plumbing people, and that's even more. I'm not trying to hammer anybody or put them out of business.
Well, Gary, that electrical work,
Yes, sir.
it was already done.
Yes,
It's
sir.
been done a long time, and the lights have been on continuously.
Yes,
So
sir.
I didn't know if you knew that or not.
No, I didn't know for sure. I knew I'd seen empty
So
road.
this
I
is
mean, I wouldn't tell you wrong.
Yes, sir.
What we're doing.
No, I don't think you'd lie to me. I don't think you would at all, Norman.
But back to my question.
Yeah.
If we condemn it, will you give him the license that he needs
Sure.
to work on it? But back to my other thing, why are they not
Legal,
speaking?
But I'm saying I will.
Yeah, back to that. But what I'm saying though is we should be letting them speak
Prior to
before
us
we
voting.
vote on it. That way, in his instance, if we do condemn it, you should not give him
Right.
a license
Raise
to
and
do the
remove,
work.
that's what it
Right.
says.
Well,
I say
Y'all
we
can
table
reword
it
it.
to
Y'all are more
60.
than welcome to.
We done had a
reword the
motion.
resolution, whatever y'all
I
think
mean,
is
the other
fit, and make sure
motion
it's okay with
was
Jimmy.
wrong.
Take it away.
I mean, if we vote to condemn it, and we've done this before, and we can see that I'm sure Gary will give you the permits, you've got contractors, and we can see that progress is being made, and some substantial amount of progress, I don't have any problem coming filing an extension for another 60 days till you get completed.
I'm willing to go, I got to stop working on it,
I understand that.
and, I'm willing to go and work on it as soon as possible, providing I get the proper permits. And, matter of fact, if you remember, Gary, you told me that, if I got this permitted, that I wouldn't even have to go before the council here. You know, you told me that in your office, April 15th.
I don't remember saying it like that.
Yes, sir. But at any rate, I'm not here for arguments.
Right.
I'm not here to fight with anybody.
Well,
All I'm trying to do is save a house that's worth saving. If it was a rat trap or a junk, I wouldn't even be here.
And that's what we want you to do, is to save a house.
Right, that's it.
But we gotta look at, on our end, what we gotta do too to make it. So if we condemn it tonight, and you go to Gary and you get the permits, and you make substantial effort to improve it, and Gary comes back 6 months and says, hey, Mr. Francis is continuing to do what he said, he's working on it, he needs another 60. I'm gonna say, I may be speaking where I shouldn't, but I think almost everybody on this council would agree to give you another 60 months to get it where you need. We just can't have a house taking a year to get repaired.
Yeah, but the only reason he stopped
2 to
working
3
on it
years.
is he was told to.
Huh?
The only reason he stopped working on it, he was told
That's
to.
right, he was told to. Yep.
No, it's not like I was letting it sit there. I mean, you know, it's got a new metal roof on it. I don't know if you saw the pictures or.
I did.
Okay.
Has this house been on the complaint list for a while, Gary?
This house been on the complaint list since, when did you start complaining this, Mr. Trumann? 1980s? It's been on the house since 1980.
No, seriously,
Probably
last
2023, 2022.
last 3 years and 4 months.
Right, something like that. There you go. I mean,
So, the question is, if we condemn it, he's not supposed to give out license for them to work on it.
I don't think so. Here's what I would do. This is an option for you. It's just vote to not, vote this down and let Gary watch it. And if the work's not done, he doesn't bring it back, because then he can get all the permits, and you don't have to worry about that. You're treating him different than you treat other people. Like, we voted this condemnation down. Gary's watching it. We're here every 30 days. He can bring it back. But that's
Sounds
just.
good to me.
So do we need to vote on the motion right now?
I need
to
rescind.
rescind.
Are you rescinding your motion?
Yes.
Your second?
I'll rescind mine.
All right, so now I need a motion to table.
I'll make a motion to table it
Second,
for, do we need to table it for a day amount or just?
I guess we don't even need to table.
Well, there's an issue with the way that we have this resolution has all.
Yeah, because we're gonna table all of them.
What I
Oh,
would,
yeah.
what I would prefer to do is basically, somebody vote, if there's a vote to condemn this particular property, if you don't wanna condemn it, then vote no. And then when this resolution is passed as a whole, you just take that out of it when you prepare the final copy of it for publication. You take the one that didn't get voted on and approved out.
So we need to make a motion again to,
No, we need a motion. We don't even need the motion to table this one.
I would
We're
make a
not
motion to table it. What I think the cleanest way to do is somebody
Vote
makes
no.
a motion to condemn it, and it's seconded, and y'all vote on it, and if you vote no on it, then it's not condemned. It won't go in the final resolution, and if he doesn't do the work, Gary can bring it back in 30 or 60 days, and we'll just have another one of these, and it'll be on.
I make a motion to condemn it.
You want to re-second your second?
yeah.
Okay, so I got a motion from John Paul and a Thompson and a second from Candida Robinson. All in favor, signify by saying yes. All opposed, say no.
No.
Okay, so the motion does not pass.
You're good, Mr. Francis. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it.
Bill?
Yeah.
Or William?
Okay, I got another question. Going forward, can they talk before we,
That recommendation needs to be made to the moderator of the meeting. So that means we'll have to tell the mayor.
But that only makes sense.
right, I mean,
They're gonna plead their case.
The language is probably gonna have to change anyway.
In the past, it seems like we've done it that way. I think, for whatever reason, the way we've been doing it recently is they kind of put these all in one. And then when you get to each one, if somebody makes a motion on that particular one, and then the discussion phase, they come up and talk about it. But in the future, it'd probably be better
Right.
to do this another way.
Okay.
There's.
Reference the property, have the owner step forward if they're here.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
allow them to
Speak.
discuss, and then, once we get past that, then we make the vote.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
motions and
I
then,
agree.
and then vote.
There's a way to do it.
Thank you, sir.
Let me make this statement here to the council, if I may. I'll just give y'all my promise. I'm gonna finish this, and I'll put it all in good shape. Alls I need to do at this point, I've got the people to do it. I've got the funds to do it. I just need the proper permits from Captain Henry, and I'll get this done. And,
Yes, sir.
you people can look at it or have it inspected any way you want to. I'll put it back first class. I just have to have the permits in order to finish.
Yes, sir.
That's what we want.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Frenzy. All right. So that means we got the last one. Let's just change the script right now. Anybody here for 119 Poplar? Nobody here to talk for or against 119 Poplar? All right. So I need a motion.
That's the old funeral home. I can't make the motion. It's family, so I don't have to do it. Somebody make it. It needs to be made.
I make it.
Second.
Somebody second it.
All right, I got a motion by Candida Robinson, a second by Brandon Schrader. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by no? Motion carries and the property is condemned. I am not the mayor, so I do not have a mayor's report. He does have a note here that Law Enforcement Week. Chief, can you, when is Law Enforcement Week? Is that this week? All week this week? So if you see a cop out, say thank you. Those guys do a great job taking care of our city and helping us stay safe, so. Last thing we have is public comment. Do we have any? public comment?
Yeah.
Heather came in late and she wanted to sign, but it wasn't up there. Yes.
Shut your sewer off.
Wayne Schmidt.
Wayne Schmidt first. Wayne, go ahead.
Start the clock. Wayne Smith, Ward 2. I represent Citizens for a Clean Truman. Citizens for a Clean Truman submitted a list of 72 structures for condemnation over 3 years and 4 months ago, plus an additional 8 structures were added on January the 19th of this year to bring the total to 80. Now, code enforcement had a different agenda. They have 49 total, okay? And so after reviewing the 49 on the city list and the 80 for the Citizens for a Clean Truman list, the results are 13 are still needing to be removed from the city's list, and 33 still need to be removed from the Citizens for a Clean Truman list. So that's a total of 46 city structures that need to be removed right now. Now, this is as of April the 30th, okay? Now, help us understand why not cleaning up Truman is a good idea. Public safety for our police officers and our firefighters should be everyone's goal. And you heard these gentlemen tonight, these people say, everybody's been breaking into these houses, and it's just not safe for our policemen and our firemen. I mean, it's just not safe for anybody. And the mayor cannot comprehend this. Bless his heart. If we clean up Truman, everyone will be much safer. When the structure is removed, a new house is constructed 3 or 4 months later. Now, why hasn't the mayor addressed our code enforcement situation in the past 3 years and 4 months? Now, for most of us, our home is the most valuable asset we have, and we have existing laws to protect these homes. We're not asking code enforcement to break the law. We're asking code enforcement to enforce the law. What is so difficult to understand about that? Citizens for a Clean Truman has asked the mayor to add all remaining structures submitted over 3 years ago to the city council agenda for discussion each month until resolved, but he refuses to do so. It is obvious that our mayor is not serious about cleaning up the city since only 6 structures were submitted for condemnation in 2024. Only 6. And that is 6 out of the 117 which were remaining at that time. Only 6 out of 117. So folks, he's not serious about cleaning up this town. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next on the list? Ms. Toddy?
Bradley, I'm not sure what the last name is.
Veal, is it
What?
not?
Seal?
Veal, is that a?
It was the young man that talked about the house
Oh, okay.
being
Okay,
condemned.
the one,
And Franklin Lair.
The-
okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
younger guy.
Franklin Lair's gone.
Donnie Skaggs.
Donnie.
Donnie, do you wanna talk, Donnie?
Hmm?
Okay.
Your turn. Sorry, I was asleep.
Come on, Donnie. Yeah.
I'm Donnie Skaggs, am I supposed to stand back here?
You can stand wherever, that's fine.
We ain't scared of you.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
We ain't scared of you.
I'll let y'all get those flyers there that, those of you that know me, you know, you've talked to me lately over 10 or 15 minutes, you know what my mission is. And those of you that don't know me, well, my mission is to create a new museum in our city. And it's a long road ahead, but it all starts right here. The road starts right here, because the building belongs to the city. And I could go back to the price that I was told that I don't want it. It ain't my building. I don't want it to be my building. I want it to be the citizen that's willing to go in with me, if you want to put it that way. You know, if it takes a village to raise a child, it's gonna take a great big town to raise this project. But it's worth it, because our history lays over there, tucked back in to a bunch of file cabinets, stacked on top of whatever, and it's really a shame. One of my main goals when I open this, or when it's open, when it's done the way I think it should be done, is, I talked to a lady today, as a matter of fact, is to take those old pictures and blow them up to 3 foot by 5 foot, and once the walls are done, you place them all around the building, and even little children, when they walk in, can look at those pictures and get a pretty good sense of the misery it took to put us where we're at today. Most people have no idea. I mean, I could ask for a show of hands, but there ain't gonna be maybe one, that's me, that's been over there and looked at this history lately. So, Trumann deserves it. Trumann deserves a lot more than we're giving, you know? And this museum is gonna be, it'll be entertaining, it'll be educational, and it will be for all ages. I think it'll be a place, if it comes together like I foresee it, it'll be a place of entertainment for all ages. And I appreciate your help. Like I said, the first step is this building. You know, I was told, well, we'll just give you the building. Well, that's where he comes in, and that's where things gets really stretched out, and, the legal battles and what, I don't know, it'd be a battle, but the legal part of it. Even if y'all gave the building to the foundation, which I have some, foundation committee with me tonight. But even if you gave us the building tonight, which I'm not expecting an answer tonight, but if you give us an answer tonight and said, we're gonna give it to you, it's a long way down the road, because it's a long process, and I didn't bring my phone to count the time, so if I go over, just let me know, okay? But, I want y'all to think about it.
I was told today that maybe the best route would be that the city lease it to the foundation for whatever, you know. I've heard leases, in such thing to go for $1 a year, $10 a year, you know. But it would be ours to start on, and as long as we paid the lease, it'd always be ours. And it'll be somebody else's when I, move on, but, I don't plan on doing that very soon, want you to know that. I plan on being here for a while. Well, I appreciate y'all thinking about this, and I've talked to the mayor several times, you know, I don't know, honestly, I don't know which would be the best way to go, but, if y'all would give it the time and try to figure out, I think it's something that we all not only would enjoy, but I think we need it. I really do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else on the list?
Heather Schrader.
I'll keep it short. I wanted to thank the council first, for you guys extra your due diligence to make sure that you're making sound decisions when it comes to these grants, when it comes to the procurement process, the bid process. It's nothing that I would have even become privy to had I not, been responsible for seeing through a grant from Stepping Stone, when this, the same agency that runs a lot about grants. So what most people don't understand is how difficult administrative grants is.
this safe grant resolution that you guys just approved, now is a good time to be asking questions and forming projects, together on what you wanna see that grant for and what those deadlines are. There will always be someone here to high pressure sell, whatever it is that they know you're writing a grant for. There'll always be a deadline that's pressuring you, but just wanted to encourage you guys to not feel pressured, to take time. Government is slow by design, as it should be, that you guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing as, financial stewards for this city. You're getting better every time you guys have this difficult discussion. I just wanted to make sure that everyone was on the same page, that no one is trying to stall any sort of projects. And I believe every council person here is just trying to grow in, what they signed up to do. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let me say one more quick thing. I'll make it quick, really. I've got some pretty substantial supporters and that made commitments for money towards the project. So, you know, I don't have time to say a whole lot about that, but if you wanna keep those pieces of paper, I'll write my phone number on there, my cell phone number, and you can call me.
Thank you. No one else on the list?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Who gave me that, Brandon?
Second.
Got a second?